Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning to yet another episode of the Sports Muse podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Brumley. I want to give a shout out to Clubhouse Cards, who is the sponsor for this show. They are the place where I got these helmets, these frames. They hooked me up with giveaways, which I'm going to be doing another one in this coming week for hitting 1,000 followers on Instagram. So make sure you stay tuned for that and check them out. Their link to their website is in the description to this video and on my Instagram page. My guest today is yet another Central Catholic player. He is a standout wide receiver. All of his teammates have been yelling at me, trying to get him on the show. He's a tremendous young athlete. He's a great young man. His name is Eric Benson. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a little bit of film. And we're going to get right to it. This is such a big play right here. So Eric's going to run a skinny. The DB's in good location, but Eric's going to play the ball better than the DB. So they're going to play tip drill. Eric's the one that comes down with it for a touchdown. When we talk about rack yards, check this play out. So he's going to catch this. He gets some blocking out in front of him, but whoop, puts a move on the kid, makes him look silly, picks up a lot of yards. What's most impressive is his route running. So not only he's going to eat up the cushion, but he's going to squat in the zone, and look how he ran toward the leverage to stop the DB. Then right here, we're going to see the corner roll up to about 4 yards. He's going to get on the corner's toes before his break to eat up the leverage, come back to his quarterback, and make the catch. All right, guys, like I said, my guest today is Central Catholic standout wide receiver Eric Benson. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. So, the first question I always ask is, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm 17 years old. I'm hardworking, independent. I'm a homebody. Usually stay at home. Don't go out as much. But I'm actually a Christian as also. I go to church every Sunday. So I put God first in everything I do. But that's just a little bit about me. I'm just a hardworking individual.
Yeah, and your teammates have definitely said that. I've had two of your teammates on with JD and Elliot, and they, both spoke really highly of you. That they fully expect you to have a breakout year this coming year, and about you're always willing to put in the work, and you're a stand-up character kid. So that's great to hear.
Yeah, I have much respect for those two. Those
Yeah.
my no, those two a long time at Central Catholic. Those two are my brothers.
Now, are you from like the Pittsburgh area your entire life?
Yes, I live in Homewood.
Okay.
That's where I live.
Okay. So, the first thing I want to kind of jump off with is how hard was it to get close to a state title, but, not quite there? As far as, you guys are a really, really good team, ran into St. Joseph's prep, and then, they ended up winning the whole thing. How tough was that?
It was pretty tough there. It was good competition, but we all stuck as a team. We all worked together as a team. We all played together, so we just knew it was going to be tough. We knew it was going to be competition, but we just had to come in there focused, uh, ready to play hard, play football, and get the job done. But it was a tough, it was a tough competition, but we played our heart out. I have much respect for all my teammates that I play with. We all play hard together, but we just fall short. But we all played with heart, and we all got to that point. We wish we would have got further to the state championship, but we had all the work that we put in to get to that point. I have much respect for them, but it was tough, but uh, we just fall short of what uh, getting to that point. So
Yeah, and there's no shame in that. I mean, it's not like you got bounced in the first round. You lost to the team that ended up winning the state championship, and they're an extremely talented team as well. And it was a razor close game. I always say the ball bounces different ways any given day, and if you get a few bounces your way instead of the other way, maybe we're talking about you as the state champ. So that's definitely a tough one. How much does it help as far as motivation? We talk about your hard work. how much does it help when you're seeing like, great players like, AJ, who's leaving, or Elliot, who's, part of one of the top recruits in the 21 class, or, JD, or, Eddie Tillman. When you see these guys, how much motivation does that give you to just see other guys at an extremely high level and just make sure that you keep pushing yourself?
It's great motivation from each and every individual. AJ, Elliot, JD. They actually make my soul better because in practice, me and JD, he's the corner, I'm a wide receiver. He's very competitive. Even we either play on 7 together at Evolve down at D Brown. So he's very competitive. He gives me uh, he makes me play my best. Yeah, I make him play his best. And also having AJ and Elliot twins, having them have college going after them have offers, it makes me want to motivate because I know that could be me next, getting offers and stuff. So they give me tips, they give me motivation, they give me tips for recruiting and stuff like that. So I just take the advice that they give me and I put it all out on the field. Uh, Even if it's in a text message to a coach or talking to a coach, just giving those, they give me those certain advice that I should give to college recruiters, and so the motivation having that on the team, football team, that's very helpful for me. So
No, no, and absolutely, and that's all. It's always good, especially like when one of your better players, like JD, like you said, is across you every single day. So if you take a day off, what I mean, he's gonna show you up. So it's the kind of time where you're not just coasting in practice, so you're grinding day in and day out. So when it comes to game day, you're ready to go.
yeah, can never slack. You gotta give your 100% all every rep, every chance you get to get on the field. You gotta give it all you got. So
Absolutely. So I alluded to earlier that some of your teammates think you're going to have a breakout year this year. Why do they? Why do you think that they think that you're due for a big season this coming year, and it's going to be kind of your coming out party? Why do you think that they're looking at you like that?
or I put a lot of stuff on Twitter, and they know that even though it's the coronavirus and this pandemic, you can never slack. So that I'll never stop working hard. I'll never stop working out. So this pandemic and this coronavirus right now is making me even want to go harder because I don't know if we might have this season. Hopefully that we will. Even if we don't, I'm gonna still do what I have to do to make myself a better player. So I always want to. Uh, Coaches give me stuff that I need to work on, stuff that tools and tips that to make me a better wide receiver. So I take those tips and I take that advice and I go and put it on the field. So I work on my flaws, and that's probably why they think I'm having a breakout season because I'll never stop working hard. I'll never stop. I'll grind forever. So
And I love that, as far as a coach, or even just as an adult, like, seeing young people, um, you know, y- I just love to see somebody who's not afraid of, working hard. They're going to put their head down, they're going to grind through because at the end of the day, they want to get to a spot and they don't expect it to be handed to them. They want to get there and they want to deserve it. So that's definitely, it seems like your kind of character. And it definitely seems like not only you think of yourself that way, but your teammates, which is super important. They see that and they think that.
because if you don't push yourself to work harder, then you're never going to be the best player you want to be or best position you want to be. So you gotta every advantage that you have, you gotta take advantage of it. You gotta give it 100% all every time.
No, I'm completely with you, and I couldn't have said it better. What so you've been working this off season. What do you think you've improved upon on the most?
Some things I improved on the most is my route running, footwork, my strength, speed, and agility. Those are the most parts, but mostly my route running in and out of breaks. I've been working on my hips lately because I've been having I have like hip problems sometimes, but the workouts that I've been doing, they help my hips a lot. So those were some of the tips that coaches gave me that I needed to work on. So I'm working on that, and I'm always working on my catching. I do catching drills all the time because as a wide receiver, you gotta catch the ball. So I do a lot of drills on that too. So those are the things I've been working on.
Now, are there any specific drills, like, if there's a young wide receiver listening, what specific drills would you tell them that, are the key to developing, great skills on the field?
I would say cone drills, figure eight on the cone, working on your steps, like getting out of the breaks. I would say also I have a Bosu ball, so I work on my balance while somebody's throwing me the ball. So I work on that, being able to control the ball. If you get hit, you gotta maintain your balance, control the ball, um, and basically keep running your routes, slants, any routes you run with your team. I would advise you to practice on that. Also, running routes every day. Make sure that you're making sure I make sure I get at least 100 catches in every day. So that I would say those type of drills will help you be a better wide receiver, or be a better wide receiver.
Yeah, and I definitely see that. And you mentioned your route running, and that's one of the things when I was looking at your film and I was talking about it is that's kind of one of the things that stood out to me. You do a good job of eating up leverage, whether that's if the corner's playing an inside technique on you. You stem your route in to square him up because that's either going to make him do one of two things. It's either going to open up his hips, and then if you run a comeback, a curl, a hitch, he's toast, or he's going to keep, sliding over, or he's going to lose his leverage. So you do a really good job of that, and you do a good job of like when you're running your in breaking routes or your comeback type routes, you do a good job of eating up the space in between you and the DB, getting to their toes, because at that point the DB has no alternative other than to flip his hips. And you do a good job of eating up that space. And so much is what we see on TV. We watch like the NFL Combine, or we're watching the NFL and we see John Ross running 4.22s. And people are like, "Oh, you need to be just blazing fast." I mean, Antonio Brown's not an extremely fast guy. Like, he's not slow. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like he's a burner by any means. It's the idea of you just need to know how to run your routes. You need to feel the corner. You need to know the space. You also are exceptional at finding holes in the defense. Of if they're in a cover 2 or a cover 3, you know where to go to find those openings to help your quarterback, connect with you. So I definitely see that mental aspect and those small things that really make the big differences are things that you focus on.
Yes, sir. And I also want to say that, like, as a wide receiver, I study a lot of film in the NFL. So I study receivers like Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Odell Beckham Jr. So I've been doing that as well to help better my route running. Also, better moves off the line of scrimmage, also stuff like that.
And again, those are the big things that make the big difference. Is like Stephon Diggs is a super underrated route runner. Like he
Yeah,
runs some crazy routes. Like his
yeah,
feet are nice.
yeah.
And again, you talk about getting off the line of scrimmage. You probably, I don't know. At least I'm speaking from like the teams we've coached against. Pretty much Aliquip is the only team that does like a press, against us. So we don't see a whole lot of press in high school ball. But if you're going to take your game to the next level and you don't know how to beat press, you're in for a long day if you can't get off the jam. So it's
Yes,
that
sir.
kind of idea. You're not setting yourself up for maybe this Friday, but you're setting yourself up for 3 years from now. And a lot of kids don't have that mentality, and that's what separates the boys from the men.
Yes, sir.
Now, as far as your recruiting is going, what schools have been talking to you?
Some schools that have been talking to me is Rutgers, UConn, Bucknell University, also Bowling Green University. I hear from Pitt now and then. Also, I hear from also Akron and Toledo. Those are just some of the schools I've been talking. Army and Navy also. So those
Sure.
are just some of the schools that have been talking to me.
I just
so
had a kid
far.
on the show last week who was, quite possibly the greatest running back for our county history. And he just committed to Army. And, you talk about Bucknell. I know Amir's offered from Bucknell. And you talk about Akron. I know Miles is, so it'd be kind of cool to, do you talk to your teammates about at all about like, maybe going to school together? Or is that something like, I know they're not your
Um,
teammates, they're Central Valley, but like even Pitt, for Elliot or something like that. But I wasn't sure if, JD or Eddie or, Pitt's always rumored for Elliot. You guys talk about that
yeah,
at
we
all?
yeah we don't mention it a lot, but we'll say something now and then. But it's not really like we won't have like full conversations about it. But we will mention it to each other. So,
Sure. That'd be always cool. You know what I mean? Going into college, knowing somebody.
yeah.
Do you have a dream school that you would love to go to?
My dream school has always been LSU because
LSU?
it's a great receiver school. I like that school a lot. That's always been my dream school, and my secondary dream school would probably be Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, those are produce some pretty good guys.
yeah, those are my two dream schools.
So do you have a message for young athletes?
My message for young athletes is always keep working, stay on top of your game. If you have a position that you want to play, make sure you study that position, work at your position, uh, and always it always starts from what you eat. You gotta eat healthy because if you eat healthy, then you're gonna play better on the field. You're gonna have that fuel in your body to do explosive workouts, do explosive workouts on the field. It all starts there. Have faith in God also because He's the one that's going to guide you to where you want to go and what you want to be in life. But yeah, always work hard, stay in the gym, keep lifting weights, keep working at your craft, uh, route running, whether you want to be receivers, route running, O lineman, work on your steps, handwork, and all of that. So whatever position you want to be, just keep working at it, and you'll be great one day.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think Central Catholic's running a great program up there because I have Gusty Sinceri coming on this weekend, and when I've talked to JD and Elliot, and I've talked to Eddie a little bit, I haven't done um, a video with them, but I've talked to them a little bit. And it's just great character kids, and they know what it takes, what they need to be at, and you're definitely on that list as far as just people that want to grind. They want to be great, and they don't expect it to be handed to them. That they want to earn it.
Yes, sir.
And one thing that I think a lot of people listen to this don't realize unless you're in the football circle like every day, you would people would be shocked by how many high school kids actually don't watch football and don't study film. And it's highly alarming because like, man, how are you going to get better if you're not watching people that are better than you? It really is amazing. I'll be like, hey, you watch any football? They're like, yeah, I saw, Pitt won 21-17. Like, yeah, but did
Yeah,
you watch it? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Do you study it? And it's crazy. But again, you can tell who does and who doesn't study film.
yes,
Now,
sir.
my last question for you before we go to rapid fire is, do you have any bold predictions for either, Central Catholic or yourself into the future?
For Central Catholic, for my senior year, we're going to win state championships 2021. And for myself, is just to be the best player for my team that I can be. And some personal goals for myself, get 4 years paid for my mom and dad, go to a good school, get a good education. That's my goals so far for 2021 coming up.
I like it. Do you know what you might want to major in?
Uh, Sports management, business, or physical therapy.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. All right, so let's do some rapid fire questions. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first one, favorite superhero.
Iron Man.
Okay. How about your personal hero?
Personal hero. I would say my dad.
Okay.
My dad.
Um, Favorite type of music.
Rap music. I
Favorite
like rap.
artist.
Uh, I would say Polo G, G Herbo, and Meek Mill.
Okay. I like it.
That's
Do
good.
you like to trash talk?
Yeah, I like to trash talk. When it gets competitive, that's all you can do. Play your best game and trash talk. That's what you gotta do.
What is the craziest thing someone said to you on the field while they've been trash talking?
Mm, uh, I can't remember, but craziest thing somebody probably said to me was probably said I was uh, probably said I was trash. That's about it. That's all I can remember. That's all I
What is something that most people might not know about you?
that most people don't think I don't know about me is that I'm ambidextrous. Yeah, I would
Okay.
probably say that.
Now, you play basketball?
I used to play basketball, yes, sir.
I was gonna say that's always real nice in basketball.
Yeah.
Favorite sports moment you've ever watched?
Uh, Probably when this my favorite team, NFL team, the Seahawks, won the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos. I would probably say that.
How are you a Seahawks fan?
I just like the Seahawks. I started
Okay.
watching them when I was 8.
I feel like
I
usually,
was
like, mom or dad's a Seahawks fan, and then you kind of fall into it.
no, they're Steelers fans. I never liked the Steelers all like
Man,
that. I'm a
you're
Seattle
tripping.
fan.
You're tripping. Favorite sports movie?
I would say remember the Titans.
That's a good one. Favorite place to go out to eat?
Texas Roadhouse. It's my favorite place.
Get some ribs. There you go.
Yeah,
Cats or dogs?
dogs. Dogs all the way.
100%. Favorite lift to do in the gym?
Favorite lift to do in the gym? I would say deadlifts.
Oh, you like deadlifts?
I like
Okay.
go. I like deadlifts.
And what is your least favorite lift to do in the gym?
Least favorite lift to do in the gym is probably squats.
I don't think anybody likes squats. As soon as someone goes, I like doing squats, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're crazy.
Yeah, I don't like squats.
They're important, man, but I
Yeah,
hate doing them.
yeah, I hate doing them.
And then last one is, who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush, I would say Rihanna.
Rihanna, that's a good one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
good one.
it.
Yeah.
So that's about all I have. I want to appreciate, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm a Central Catholic fan. They have a long history of producing great players. But all the kids I've talked to, I get a good sense of, what kind of character they have. And all you guys have been real stand up. So, they're running a top notch program up there. So, how can I not be a fan? I'm rooting for you personally. I hope that, the offers continue to roll in. And hopefully, you get what you want. You get that free education, and ultimately that you and your family are happy, man. So thank you again for coming on.
No problem. I was glad coming on the show.
Thank you. And guys, I will see you next time. My next show with high school sports is Gusty Sinceri. So make sure you check it out.